Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. I hope you had a great 2021 despite all the crap. I'm looking forward to 2022, and I'm looking forward to this final football season edition of On the Line. As I have done throughout the Big 12 schedule, I have picked the games involving Big 12 teams, conference games until bowl season, and now I've been picking the bowls. The first set of these I picked the first 4 games and went 2-2. Missed 2, got 2. That moved me to 32-18-2 on the season. Not bad, but I have certainly slipped down the stretch. I am Cliff Kingsbury, not finishing strong. Today we're going to pick the final 3 bowl games on the Big 12 slate, and of course that would be, let me lean over here, the Fiesta and the Sugar that happen on New Year's Day, and of course the Texas Bowl on January 4th in Houston. Now, the Fiesta Bowl is Notre Dame as a 2-point favorite over Oklahoma State. So can Oklahoma State beat Notre Dame? I'm just going to dig right in here. Hell yes, they're going to beat Notre Dame. I think Oklahoma State's a pretty good team. Now, did they play well against Baylor in the Big 12 title game? No, they did not. But I think a lot of that had to do with a pretty darn good Baylor team. Here's the thing about the bowl games that I've noticed. Those teams in the Big 12 that played good defense, and yes, national writers that have been asleep the entire season, the Big 12 had some pretty good defenses led by these 2 teams that are in the New Year's 6 bowl games. Oklahoma had a horrible defense, and they did win their bowl game, and they looked great in the process, but they gave up a lot of points to a depleted Oregon team, and that was pretty much par for the course for Oklahoma. They won a lot of shootouts. Oklahoma State, on the other hand, has not been an explosive offense. They have been geared towards defense all season, and they will beat Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. The Sugar Bowl is very interesting to me. That is Ole Miss, which I really like this Ole Miss offense quite a bit, against that Baylor defense, and Ole Miss is a 1.5-point favorite as I record this. Will Baylor be able to beat Ole Miss kind of in home territory there in the South? Yeah, Baylor's going to win that game. I think Baylor is a really good football team, well put together. Dave Aranda has done a marvelous job. That's right, I'm picking a second Big 12 underdog to win its bowl game, Baylor in the Sugar Bowl over Ole Miss. Let's move to the final bowl game. It's weird that it is January 4th in Houston, the Texas Bowl. It was the only available date really for them to play this game because of the NFL schedule in the stadium. Kansas State is a 3.5-point favorite over a greatly depleted LSU team, and I get that. I understand that there are some ramifications of players leaving early for the draft and also just opting out, not going into the transfer portal, whatever they're doing. These are some of the problems you have when you have good players. Players so good that they want to go to the NFL draft early, or they just don't want to be injured because of the NFL draft. I can say right now, Kansas State has had no one sit out to get ready for the NFL draft this season. None. That's all right. That's all right. That's kind of what these programs are about, and that's what makes this game so dang interesting to me. LSU, despite being depleted, has a bunch of guys they will put on the field Saturday, or at the Texas Bowl, that will be in the NFL. They might be young, they might be inexperienced, but they have that level of talent. Does Kansas State have those players? Of course they do. They have some guys on this team that will definitely play in the NFL. But I would venture to guess, even depleted, if we look back in about 6 years, we will realize that there were more NFL caliber players on the LSU roster and sideline for this game than Kansas State. Kansas State wins, and Kansas State wins by double digits. I think this will be a blowout. I think K-State is well prepared. I think K-State's very focused in on playing LSU, and I honestly don't know that LSU, like other SEC teams, are very invested in this, considering the transition in coaching and all the stuff going on in Baton Rouge. No sympathy here. I will take it. That's right. Let's review the picks. I have picked a Big 12 sweep in the final 3 bowl games of the 2021 season, even if these games are in 2022. We hope you've enjoyed On the Line all season long. We're going to turn our attention to basketball a little bit more here in the future, starting with tomorrow's daily delivery. It's time for Big 12 play, COVID permitting.